Welcome to the podcast where my guests and I talk about anything and everything from sports, relationships, politics, movies to TV shows, current events, and conspiracy theories. No topic is ever off limits, and it's always uncensored. I'm Ben Borges, and this is Man Chatter. Are we live? Now we're live, motherfucker. There we go. Oh man, I'm on the other side. This is weird. What's going on, people? Obviously things are a little bit different now. As like I told you, the podcast is forever changing, forever evolving. Little man G-Dub is actually hosting the podcast through his fast 2096 internet while I'm still in the 1800s. So full disclosure, we actually already recorded this podcast, but there was some technical difficulties, man. Y'all know what it is, man. We do this shit on our own. We don't have a fucking producer. So we're having the same conversation again, and hopefully there's audio and everything's working properly and shit like that. So one thing we talked about last podcast for 13 seconds that we're gonna cover a little bit more on this podcast is the Deontay Wilder Tyson Fury fight. And you know what it is, man. Random conversation happened throughout the thing, but G-Dub, Jay, man, what you think about the fight, bro?
I'm gonna try to make this go a little more than 15 or 13 seconds, whatever it was that we discussed last time. Not that it matters because my audio went through, but
yeah.
You know, we were talking about there was no hype, right? And I think
yep.
That same day that we were talking about there was no hype for the fight. After we recorded that podcast, you sent me a clip of that press conference that they had, and
yep.
I started to get a little excited in the first 5 seconds, and then I realized that these dudes are like they're friends.
Yeah, they are friends. I told you,
right? Yeah. So I started watching it, and they're in each other's faces. I mean, Fury looks like he's standing on his tippy toes. That dude's a giant. Mm-hmm. And he is speaking, I think, like directly into Wilder's mouth. I mean, if you saw how close they were to each other, dude had his nose all inside his mouth. I don't know what he was trying to do, but it was so staged. You know what I mean? Like, you know that a lot of these things are hype. Like when we talk about UFC and Colby Covington doing that stuff, the character he plays, but he sells it, man. He sells it well. And these two guys were just they were struggling to make it work. Although some of the stuff that Wilder said was pretty vicious, where he talks about, I found you were in a cocaine binge, 400 pounds. Mm-hmm. If it wasn't because of me, you wouldn't know what big time boxing was anymore. You owe me everything that you got right now. I mean, he was going hard at him. Whether it was, I mean, it's all true. Whether it was all staged or not, that was pretty personal stuff. But that's it. That's the only exciting thing I've really seen in this lead up to the fight. Like, you know, for a month, I've been looking forward to it for more than a month. But really, this last month, I was expecting the promotion to ramp up because UFC's been kind of quiet. They haven't had anything real major for a couple of weeks, and I was expecting to see some promos, and I don't see anything. I just wanted the fight to get here. I'm not. It's not going to be some crazy event like the UFC. You know, boxing is just not that anymore. You know, boxing used to have these guys that would sell fights, whether it was Tyson, whether it was even Lennox Lewis, because he was a mouthpiece as well. He liked to talk, and that was entertaining. You know, Pretty Boy Floyd he went from Pretty Boy Floyd. He changed his whole persona to money. Yeah, to money. And so and because he knew, right? Like he knew that that's the character he had to play, and. You know, that boxing doesn't really have that anymore. I mean, they have great boxers, and it's unfortunate that you got to kind of put on that show like WWE, WWF, whatever style to get eyeballs on the product. And I've been watching combat sports for a long time, so I don't need that. But the fact that the UFC kind of popularized it, I mean, the WWE did, but I don't watch the WWE, and they're all stuntmen. It's not fake. They're doing athletic stuff, but they're not really fighting. But the UFC took it and implemented that kind of promotion into combat sports. Now I kind of look forward to it in anything, boxing, MMA, whatever. And this promo hasn't really done it for me. So I know the fight's gonna be good. I don't look like I'm excited about it, right? I'm like, when's the fight gonna get here? Because I want to see them fight since they're not doing anything, since they're not really trash talking each other. This just dragging. I want to go ahead and watch the fight.
Yeah, did you see the whole press conference? Because I know we saw like a little clip of it, but the press conference was interesting because like I think it was Joe Tessitore that was like the guy in the middle, like the mediator or whatever.
Yeah,
he was like, "Oh man, this has been really refreshing that you guys aren't talking shit." He didn't say that. Like this is what we say, you know what I mean?
right.
That you guys aren't talking shit. And then Deontay Wilder goes fucking in. When I found you were strung out on coke. You was 400 pounds, about to die, about to kill yourself. I brought you into big time boxing. Like, all right, man. Like, bro, he just said y'all not talking shit. Like, just make it a fight. And you could just tell, like, they were like everything you said. I'm just gonna parrot. Like, they were definitely trying to sell it, but it doesn't come out. Like, you just tell like they genuinely like each other. But you know what I mean? Once they get in that ring, it'll be different. You know what I mean? It's just crazy, bro. Like, what? Like, I guess that's the thing. Like, because they don't have that vitriol and that anger and that animosity, like it makes the fight less interesting, right? Because okay, it's just two guys that are gonna box, but boxing to me isn't that exciting. So when there's no build up to it, it's just like, all right, man, I'm gonna watch it, of course, but because we got to talk about it, you know what I mean, on that Sunday. But other than that, I'm like, I'm probably gonna try to go to sleep before it, and then try to wake up when they walk down to the ring, which will probably be around like midnight. There's like 4 undercards, and even what's crazy is I didn't know this shit. There'll be all the undercards, but the main event can't happen until after a certain time. Like, so really? There's like, yeah. So just like with, I think just the same shit with the UFC. Like if the first couple fights end like in quick knockouts, they're not gonna put on the fight any earlier. Like the fight's gonna happen when like when the fighters and the team say they're ready and shit like that. Because I was like, man, what? Because that's what if you ever remember watching like HBO boxing, they'll always have like a long time when they're talking about it. They're just killing time because the fight has to happen after a certain time, after like an agreed upon time. Boxing is weird like that, man.
Yeah, I mean, thinking back on it now, when I used to watch, what did they have? Jim Lampley and these guys, the commentators. Yeah, they'd be on for extended periods of time talking, trying to buy some time for the fighters and these teams, and until they decided, okay, we're ready to go now. It's funny.
So we already spent more than 15 seconds. Who do you got in the fight, bro?
I like Wilder just because he's got that next level. He's got that one hit quitter. But man, Fury's just a better technical boxer. Right? He's a better technical fighter, and he looks like he's in better shape than his previous fight. Maybe in the best shape he's ever been. I think Fury wins this one, and it goes. I think it goes 12 rounds, but I think Fury wins this one. I don't think Wilder's gonna outbox him. If Wilder is going to win, he's gonna have to lay him out.
Yeah, Wilder doesn't outbox anybody.
Right.
If it goes to decision, Fury wins. If it doesn't, Wilder wins. Like that's the only way I see it, right? Like I'm literally picking both sides. Like both sides matter on that one. Like that's so like,
that's like a multiple choice test. A, B, C, and all of the above. A, B, C, D. Let me go with the all of the above.
Yeah, you got to go all of the above on that one, man. Because you can't. Because Wilder's gonna do his thing. You know what I mean? He's just gonna look for that moment when he could kill you, and then you move on. So what are you gonna do with that shit, bro?
But crazy, I'm not even excited, man. I don't even know what the what the preliminaries are. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, like as I'm talking about it, I'm getting more comfortable in my chair. I was like, I'm not like if I was like hyped about it, animated about it, I'd be sitting at the front like, yo, man, this is gonna be fucking crazy. Yada 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 yada. Fight. It's gonna be insane, dude. So, but I'm not as hyped about it as I should be, because I thought the rematch. I wasn't as hyped for the first fight, but for the rematch, I thought I'd be more hyped, and I'm not.
Yeah, well, this is gonna be a better fight. I think there's some
It
animosity.
has to be.
You know what? I try to get excited about this,
You're
but
trying to get amped.
it's human nature, right? We want to see two people that hate each other. It's not me, it's not
Yep.
you, it's everyone. That's a human thing. If you're watching combat sports, you want to see guys that don't like each other fight. And that was the press conference was a terrible display of acting, right? Neither one of them is at least they can box because they're not acting anytime soon. They're not even going to be WWE stars because they just that's terrible. Those I give those guys props for the acting that they do on the WWE.
Actually, Tyson Fury's already done some WWE matches.
Oh, I think I saw that. Like I read the headlines, but I didn't read into it. I didn't catch any of that stuff.
Yeah, he did some Saudi Arabia shit. Like he did it for a paycheck. I think he got like $4 or $5 million for like a wrestling match. Yeah, I mean because Tyson Fury is a better speaker and has a better persona, right?
He definitely does have.
Yeah, he's a great shit talker. He's very smart. Like, and if you listen to him on Rogan, the man he's a powerful dude, man. Like when he's talking about like when he was really contemplating suicide, and like it's very. If you haven't listened to it, it's very motivational. It's amazing, dude. Like it's a hell of a conversation.
I'm gonna have to catch that one. Yeah, I listened to him and I listened to Rogan and Wilder a few months back, but I haven't caught the one with Fury.
Yeah, I think they talked. I think it was in the build up for the first fight. I think it might have been or after the first fight. I don't exactly remember like the timeline of it, but it was really good because like Wilder, like Fury's state of mind, you know what I mean? Just like his outlook now, like just like the person he is, he's so positive because he was 400, he was 392 pounds. Right, he got 392, and because after he beat Klitschko, he just went into a deep depression.
Right,
you know what I mean, he just was unhappy. Like he talks about it so honestly, it's incredible, man. It's an amazing conversation. But yeah, dude, like I'm more excited about going to see a fucking what you call it, man? Preseason soccer game tomorrow in St. Pete with Inter Miami playing than I am this fucking fight.
Yeah, actually, you know what? Now that you mentioned soccer, I think that's one of the few positives Cleveland has, right? We're 5-6 hours from Chicago. I'm 2 hours away from not even an hour and a half, maybe from Columbus, because I live in the southern suburbs of Cleveland, outside of downtown. But they bring a lot of international friendlies here to the football stadium during the summer. Last year I missed it because or the year before last I missed it because I was doing a lot of commuting back and forth since my wife and kids are still living down in Tennessee. But Venezuela was playing, Panama was playing. It was really like an exhibition, like tournament is what they had going on, and I missed all those games. But there's a slate of games for this summer as well. So, you know, they're friendlies. I'm not big on friendlies, but I'd rather watch that than MLS. Though I'll have to check out the Columbus Crew.
We are always going to shit on the MLS, aren't we? We are always going to be those people.
We are.
Yeah, right. I mean,
you're friendlies, but I'd rather watch Venezuela or Panama or Costa Rica or Jamaica or whomever come over here and play a friendly than watch MLS. But we'll see. I don't know a lot about the Columbus Crew. I haven't really kept up with MLS.
Right.
But since we brought up soccer, Champions League round of 16 is next week, Tuesday and Wednesday, I think.
Yeah. It started this past week with PSG losing to Borussia Dortmund, and then you had Tottenham lost to I think RB Leipzig, and then you had what was it? God damn it. Then you had Liverpool actually lost 1-0 to some fucking team. I don't.
Say that again.
You know what I mean? It was like, hey, watch your. First of all, it was their first loss.
Atletico Madrid.
Yeah, Atletico. Fucking Simeone got the early goal and just parked that bus, boy. They got a goal in the 4th minute. I was watching that game, but it wasn't like they shut them down though. Like that was the 2 losses they've had in Champions League are the only 2 of the 3 losses they've had. Like the other loss was like in some weird like Carabao Cup that they have for the EPL, but they play
it's the Carabao. What is it? It's called because they have the FA Cup and then they have another one which goes by it has that same cup has two names. You mentioned one of them, and the one that I know now, I can't think of it.
Yeah, it's like three. It's like they have like 3 or 4 different tournaments, and including the EPL and the Champions League. So they played all their young guys. Then they lost to like Aston Villa 5-0. Like, they don't give a fuck. So they've only had 3 losses all season, but 2 of those 3 losses have been in Champions League. They lost to, I think, Inter Milan. I think they lost to Inter Milan the first in the round of in the round play in the group play. But they didn't. But they didn't make it through, so it didn't matter. And Liverpool, I think, even ended up winning the group.
Okay. Yeah, that's the thing with the. I think La Liga has the same thing. I believe they have like a smaller or just another.
Yeah, they have the Copa del Rey. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. You have La Liga, and then you have Copa del Rey, and then there's EPL, there's FA Cup, and then I think what?
Yeah, EPL is the one that plays way too many games, bro. That's simply way too. Like, you shouldn't be in 4 tournaments. Like, that's simply way too many games. You think about it, they play 38. What is it? 38, 39 weeks, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, they play midweek tournament games, and then they have the Champions League.
And then the Champions League.
That's way too many games. That's insane, bro. Like that's way too fuck. Like, who cares about the FA Cup anyway? It doesn't count towards anything. If you win, I don't think. If you win the FA Cup, doesn't matter. You don't go to Champions League. If you win the Europa League, you go to Champions League, which is how Chelsea got in this season. You know what I mean? And then, I wanted to talk to you about something. Did you see what your team Barcelona did? Like, they had that emergency signing that was like a loophole pickup because Dembele got hurt.
Who did they sign? Did he? Shit, I didn't know.
They bought some player from the Leganés, like Martin Braithwaite. So how it works, I was just watching ESPN FC, like, to have the breakdown of it. So how it works is they if you have a player that gets injured for a long term, so longer than 5 months, right? This is a rule. If they're hurt for longer than 5 months, you can sign a player outside of the transfer window and just trigger their clause. So La Liga works. Every player has a clause, right? Like, Neymar had that $250 million clause out of Barcelona, and PSG paid it. There's no bids, right? Like, if you pay their clause, they can like, the player chooses to go or leave. Like, the club, I think the club is taken out of the decision. So Barcelona lost Dembele, so to an injury, because I think he tore his hamstring or his quad or some shit.
At least it wasn't an ACL.
Yeah, so he's out for 6 months. So that's a long-term injury. Yeah. So they triggered the like exception signing type of shit. But dude, like, that's crazy. Like, first of all, you're telling me a club like Barcelona doesn't have another striker? And then I didn't know this shit. Barcelona sold off their 2 young strikers in the transfer window that both scored for, like, the new team they're on. So it's just bad management, dude. Like, listen, I'm not gonna shit on Barcelona because I'm a Madrid fan, but I'm just looking at it like, how are you gonna keep giving Messi nothing? You're gonna make LeBron James, you know what I mean? Like, you're giving him nothing. Like, you're telling me you had no depth, nothing. You couldn't you couldn't figure this shit out. You should have signed Erling Haaland, the motherfucker that's balling for Borussia Dortmund, has like 8 goals in 45 minutes. You know what I mean? Like, that's who they should have signed. It's just stupid, bro. It's just stupid. Like, a club with that level, huh?
And that's another thing. I'm not even excited to watch them, but they play Napoli on Tuesday.
Yeah, they'll probably lose.
And then Chelsea plays Bayern. Chelsea, I was reading last week.
Chelsea's struggling, bro. Struggling.
No, not just struggling. Is it Chelsea who's going to be out of the Champions League for the next 2 years because of some crazy trick?
City.
Huh? Oh, it's Man City with what's his name? Guardiola, right?
Yeah, Pep Guardiola. Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't Chelsea. You're right. It was Man City.
They got banned
trying to catch up.
But you know who fucking
and they're on a hell of a tear, man. That's a bad spot to be in because they're
You know who Man City plays? Is fucking Real Madrid in the round of 16. So now they're gonna play like they got nothing to lose because that whole team will probably be gone next year because they don't have Champions League for the next 2 years.
Right.
Fuck, bro. Me and my boy Danny were hoping that it was like effective immediately. So Real Madrid just got pushed through to the next
No.
one, to the quarters. To the
You're not gonna
quarters.
have that easy.
Yeah, I was like, fuck. But we'll see. I mean, they have a terrible defense. We have a very slow. I don't know what to expect from that game, bro. Like, I don't know who to pick on that one.
Yeah, they play Wednesday. So Barcelona Tuesday and then Real Man City on Wednesday. And I think it's gonna be on TNT or TBS.
I hope so, because they do some weird shit. They do some weird shit sometimes where they have it on like Bleacher Report, and they don't, and you gotta like pay for the game.
I was watching a basketball game a couple days ago, and I saw the promo come through. It said TNT or whatever channel was airing the basketball game. So
right,
hopefully we should be able to watch it without having to go to.
I mean, the man Real Madrid game, right?
What's that?
Yeah. Let's call it. Yeah, I like that.
Extreme measures.
Extreme measures. Yeah, I like that. I appreciate that right there. Yeah, man. I don't know. I'm nervous. I mean, Real Madrid is still leading the La Liga. I think they're like 2 points up on Barcelona. Yeah, because Real Madrid had a shitty tie, and I think Barcelona had a win, but it's still 2 points or some shit. So yeah, man, it's tough. But again, it's just fucked up that they were to do that kind of signing, bro. Like without any, you know what I mean? Just because it seems like bullshit because it just shows like the dysfunction of the club. Because how do you not have a backup? Like how do you not have depth?
Why are you hating, man? Why are you hating that and the fact that they have player personnel people that know what to do?
Yeah, no, I'll be 100% honest right now. If this was Real Madrid, I'd be bitching too. Like I love the Miami Hurricanes, but I bitch when they fuck up. So if this was Real Madrid, because it's like, yo, like you're selling off all your fucking young players, and now you don't have anybody besides that. Now you got to go sign some player from a team that's getting relegated. He's not a quality player. And bro, do yourself a favor right now with your 2096 internet and YouTube Martin Braithwaite Barcelona unveiling, and look at how terrible he dribbles. Terrible, bro. He couldn't bounce it off his head. He was losing the ball. I'm trying to do flicks. It was embarrassing. This is the guy. Oh, and another crazy thing, he can't play in Champions League. Since he's an emergency signing in La Liga, he could only play La Liga games.
Whew.
Yeah.
Barcelona, I might not be. We'll see what happens on Tuesday. I don't know.
It's not going to be good, man. It's
not
going to be good.
Excited.
No, I mean, with Napoli, you have Andres. You got Dries Mertens, the guy from Belgium. So you're gonna have some issues. Gonna have some issues on that team.
Okay.
So I don't know. Listen, man, I root for only times I'll root for Barcelona is for them to win, so Real Madrid can be the team to knock them out. And you know what I mean? We're just being honest. I'm just being honest, bro. I prefer that.
I mean, you're not going to have to suffer too much, right, with Real this Champions League season because they're going to get knocked out by Man City. You know that, right?
They'll beat Man City. No,
they'll beat Man City. Man City's they've been on a tear for like the last year or two. Man City's
not this year. Liverpool. I think Liverpool has like a 30-point lead in EPL, so it's over in that league. Yeah, but I mean, I got one. So if my two teams win the double, because yeah, that's right. I'm like the overall owner in my mind of Liverpool and Real Madrid.
Your team,
my teams. I guess Borussia Dortmund would be my German team because I'm not a fan of Bayern. I think they're just an old fucking team. I like the black and yellow.
I do like black and yellow, but I think didn't what's his name play for Borussia Dortmund?
Pulisic. Yeah.
Pulisic.
Yeah, and now they have a young dude behind that's 17 years old, Gio Reyna. Remember that we talked about?
Yeah, we talked about Gio Reyna.
Yeah, and now he's in there, 17 years old, balling. He's actually the youngest player ever to play in a Champions League game, like by days and shit.
Jesus, yeah, the U.S. needs some more players playing in these types of leagues, man. Because I'm gonna say it again. And I don't hate to shit on the I don't mind shitting on the MLS. The MLS is not it.
We definitely do. Definitely don't mind shitting on the MLS. It's just it's
I mean,
not
it's
a
good,
good
right?
quality.
It's not good. I get that people want to watch. There are soccer fans. People want to watch
Mhm.
football, and
Yeah,
that's the product that we have. That we have, right? You know,
right,
it's
right.
20 years old or however old it is now, and these other leagues have been around for quite some time.
Yep.
But I don't know, man. I haven't seen a whole lot of improvement, right? The only improvement I see is when these 36, 37, 38-year-old players from Europe come on over to the
Like,
MLS and then extend their career by 3 years or 4 years or five
yeah,
years.
like Zlatan, right?
Zlatan was a monster. First of all, Zlatan shouldn't have been left out of the World Cup back a couple years ago. That
No, he
was,
shouldn't have.
I don't know what
That's
happened
true.
there. Yeah,
I mean, there's a
but
lot of
yeah,
politics that go on with that shit.
of course.
You know what I mean? But yeah, no, but Zlatan is dude, like Zlatan was doing overhead bicycle kicks from like the fucking half mark, bro. Like, what are we talking? Like, this guy's 100 in soccer years. He shouldn't be this much better than you. You know what I mean? And he's like 37, 38. Like, bro, you gotta be
But
kidding me, man.
MLS, that tells you right there the
Yeah,
quality of play and the
yeah,
difference. Now Zlatan he's a world class player, right? He
right,
was still a world class player. He just at 38, you can't do the same thing. You don't have the same speed, the same reactions.
right.
I'm not saying that he wouldn't. He could still play in Europe. He just wouldn't have the same role as he did. He wouldn't be the
So
the the focus.
he's playing in Italy now. He's playing in Italy now. He plays for AC Milan.
Is he really? Is he
Yeah,
getting like meaningful
he left.
like playing time?
Yeah, yeah. They played Juve, I think last week or the week before,
Uh-huh.
and I think he scored,
Uh-huh.
and they pulled a draw in the end. Like I think Ronaldo had like a 94th minute penalty or some shit. It was like a handball, but they were getting outplayed. Yeah, man. And Ronaldo and him hate each other, bro. Hate each other. Oh yeah, like
That's
like
funny.
fucking Zlatan is always shitting on Ronaldo, saying that he came over here just to take the easy way out, to leave Real Madrid to go to Juve. I was like, yeah, that's not totally incorrect. And I'm a Ronaldo fan. I thought Ronaldo should have. I would have been happy with Ronaldo, obviously, selfishly going to like Inter Miami and just having a ball of a career. You know what I mean? Play
But
like
not
these 4 or 5
Barcelona.
years.
What if he went to Barcelona? What if he just decided
No, there's no way.
we're going to
No,
extend
no,
our
no.
time? We're
Messi
both
hates
I'm
Ronaldo.
35, you're 33, 34. You know, how about we just take our talents to Barcelona? Or you keep your talents in Barcelona, I'll join you.
Barcelona. There's no way Messi would ever want to play with Ronaldo. Like, no way.
It would solve
There's
the
no
problem
way.
of not having a striker.
Dude, like it would be so unfair. Like if that, like I play that, like sometimes when I play FIFA, I'll play against a team that has Messi and Ronaldo, and I'm just like, like I'll put it on easy. Like I can't try to put it on like a fucking like excellent or whatever the fuck, whatever level it is, because I will lose because they kill you. Like son, like that's, I mean, those are the goats, man. Like that's not, no, that would be totally unfair. But Messi, I think Messi hates Ronaldo, and I think Ronaldo doesn't like Messi or just respects him. Because like, have you ever seen that interview where he's like, "Yeah, man, we should go to dinner sometime," like, and Messi's just like, this is weird," and he doesn't even like answer it. I was like, "Whoa, fuck, goddamn, you can't even hide. You can't even play politics real quick, bro. Just fucking lie."
Damn. Messi's Messi's 32.
Messi's
He'll be
kind of a
33
dick
this
too.
year.
So
Huh?
I said Messi's kind of a dick too, though.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to be right at that level.
Yeah. No,
Like,
I think everyone is, right? No matter, even if you were like, you know, as humble as you can be, when you're that good at anything, somewhere, whether even if it's in your subconscious, somewhere you're thinking, you know, why can't you do what I do?
Yeah.
Now Ronaldo he will just tell you that to your face, right? You look at Ronaldo and you know that he's like telling his teammates, "Come on, dude, like what are you waiting for? Why are you still 5 meters behind me? What's going on? I'm here. Where's the ball?
Yeah, you got to be here.
Be outside."
Yeah, that's true. That's absolutely true. That's
You
absolutely true.
have to. Yeah, they think that way as well. I mean, I don't read minds, but you have to. At some level, when you're that good, you have that mentality. Sometimes it's like I said, it's subconscious. You don't even. It's just part of who you are.
Yeah, I think being that level of greatness, and this would go for like any sport.
in anything.
You have to have a high level of I'm the fucking man. You know what I mean? Like you have to outwork everybody in that room. You know, because it wasn't like Ronaldo like grew up with privileges and benefits like most soccer players do here in this country, right? Like he grew up with nothing in Portugal. So he had to work his ass off. Messi, the same thing. He was, you know what I mean, in the streets of fucking Argentina, and somebody sounded like, "Oh, this guy's gonna be good."
Yeah, but then he started training with Barcelona as a young kid.
Yeah, so like 6 or some shit. Like he's been there his whole fucking life. Yeah. That's why they always say he's more Barcelona than Argentina. Like the club came more to him the country.
Can you blame
definitely
him?
not. Definitely not. Argentina is weird though because they have like really good players. Like they have Paulo Dybala, they have Sergio Aguero, and they can't figure it out. Like when you have 3 world-class players like that, you should be better than what you are. But it's like the lineups are weird, and you have Otamendi, who's not great but not terrible either. You have Higuain. You know what I mean? You have like high-level players that should be better. Like you should be competing for World Cups and not like struggling to make it through the group stage.
It's tough, man. And even if you don't compete at the World Cup, you know that that penalty a couple of years ago that Messi missed in Copa America, they haven't won anything at the national level, whether it's World Cup, whether it's a Copa America, any major tournament like that. And obviously that's why that one was on him, right? It came down to a penalty and he missed a penalty. I won't say it's on him, but that's the one that if you're gonna blame anything on him, it'll be that one. Yeah. And he happened to miss a PK, and it's just.
And it was a bad PK. I remember watching that game. It was
terrible. It was terrible.
It was a fucking field goal kick. Like what happened here? What? How do you miss that bad, bro? Like what?
That's one of those things where you know he's in his own head, right? Because he knows this is the moment. This is the defining moment, and. I don't want to say he choked because he comes through in big moments.
He did choke.
Once we have a mistake,
I will say he choked because look what he did last year against Liverpool, right? Dude, they were up 3-0 heading into the second leg, and they give up 4 goals. That's a lack of leadership.
That.
Yeah, dude, that's a lack. Like who first of all, you shouldn't die like PSG. Like that's a PSG type of game, right? Where they're up like by a shitload of goals, and then they win. Because I was there in Barcelona when they did it to PSG, right? But that was the PSG with Neymar, or that was the Barcelona with Neymar. That wasn't the PSG with Neymar. But dude, like I watched that game. Like when you have Messi, like you don't allow that to happen. Like Real Madrid almost did that against Juve, right? With I think it was Ronaldo's last year before he left for them to go to the semis, and they gave up 3 goals. I think they had like a 3-goal away, and then they gave up 3 goals, so it was 3-3, right? And Ronaldo got a penalty in the 97th minute, and fucking buried that bitch, and took Real Madrid through to the semis, and then to their 3rd straight Champions League. Like that's I think that's the difference. Like I'm not questioning Messi's greatness, but in those moments, I think Ronaldo's just better. I think Ronaldo is more the Kobe Bryant. You know what I mean? And
make that comparison.
And Messi's more LeBron, right? Like he
by the nature of their positions, that's what they are, right? Yeah. Because Messi is a 10. He's a midfielder, obviously an offensive midfielder who does the bulk of the scoring. And Ronaldo he's a striker. I mean, he's a killer. That's what he's supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know? So it's a pretty good comparison, I would say.
Yeah, honestly, that's the first time because I've always felt like, man, it's like they're ghosts, but they're not Jordan, and I guess they're not Jordan or LeBron. Like I know one's LeBron, but I've made that mistake forever now that I just skip over Kobe, and Kobe was an assassin, man. Kobe made free throws with a torn Achilles, bro, like with a fucking torn Achilles. Like what?
Yeah,
fucking KD couldn't even walk. This motherfucker walked to the free throw line and walked off the court with a torn Achilles tendon. Get the fuck out of here, bro. God damn. Rest in peace, Mamba. Rest in peace, Mamba.
Rest in peace.
We'll never see anybody like him again, bro. Never have seen anybody like him.
I never really thought about it until when you started talking about it. I already knew who you were gonna mention. Yeah, I think it's a perfect comparison where you cross sports.
And then you think about it, like where Messi has failed, right? Like winning games for his national team. Ronaldo hasn't. Ronaldo's won the Euros, which first of all, you can't name another player on that team in that fucking time. Like now they got better players. Like now they got Bernardo Silva. They have Rui Patricio. They have Ruben Neves, which is a solid midfielder, and they have another striker that plays for Wolves. That's a monster. But you know what I mean? Like now they're getting better. Now they have, but I couldn't tell you anybody on that team. They had some central defender, like some CDM. And bro, I could tell looked like he was 175 years old. He had a I think it was like William Moutinho or some shit. He had a terrible mustache. It was embarrassing. It was embarrassing, bro. Embarrassing. And
I like watching. You're right. He hasn't had support for a long time, and the fact that he was able to win at that level, it was all him, right? But I was going to mention, you're talking about these old players, and I think it's one of the reasons why I like watching Premier League. Some of these like obscure teams, and the guys that you see on there. I'm watching and I'm like, this dude looks like he's got a beer belly and he's about 45 years old. Yeah. What is he doing playing right now? He's running like he's got like old man knees and his hamstrings. Yeah. He needed to do a good stretch. He didn't get on the bike before the match. Yeah. But hey, they get on the field at 45, 46. I mean, they're not 45, 46, but I swear to God, I've seen some of these players that look like they don't belong on the field. They should have left 15 years ago.
No, they definitely look for. I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, there's this guy that played at Chelsea for a long time. I think I want to say it's John Terry, bro. I might be getting the name wrong.
John Terry was athletic, and I'm talking about these guys that look like they got a beer gut, like their jersey doesn't fit in their shorts. Like soccer players look like this. What is? They don't have training facilities. What is? When they get
the soccer players are so weird because they're so skinny, bro. Like soccer players are like 160. I think Messi's like maybe like 145 to 150 pounds. You know what I mean? Like Messi's mad small. Ronaldo's like 170, 175 or some shit. Like they're really, really thin. Because you think like no other sport is 90 minutes of straight running.
And he's a big dude. Ronaldo's big for a soccer player.
Yeah, Ronaldo's a very big dude. Zlatan is a big dude. Virgil van Dijk is a big motherfucker. I think Virgil van Dijk's the biggest human being I've ever seen on a soccer pitch. Like I'm sure there's bigger. But like I was just seeing, I was like, yo, I would love to see this dude in person because he's probably fucking massive. But it's crazy, man. That's fucking crazy. So this is the segment we should probably catch people up on the changes coming up on the podcast. Because what episode is this, man? Episode 98, right?
This is episode 98, man.
God damn, bro. So by episode 100, I already sent you the intro that I worked on today. I shot it out to my boy Ant that I was in the army with. He actually lives over here but in Tampa. Mm-hmm. He's gonna be working on the music for it. I told him to give it like a Spanish sound. You know what I mean? A little, but like upbeat, like almost like
Caribbean, like Spanish, like urbano.
Like urbano. First of all, why'd you go Spanglish with that?
Urbano.
Why'd you go like you can't speak Spanish? Or urbano? What?
No, I didn't say urbano. I said urbano.
No, you did. You did say urbano. Yeah, something like urban, upbeat, like salsa. You know what I mean? Because it can't be like we tried to do our own thing with it, right? Mm-hmm. We looked up a couple different sites or whatever. You and I did, and there were all like the salsa we found were like too mellow, and that just sets like the wrong tone for the podcast because we talk shit on here. You know what I mean? We're not fucking giving you like audiobooks to fall asleep to. We're talking shit. We scream, we laugh, we speak Spanish. Like that's not what the podcast is. So like it has to be like an upbeat thing.
Yeah, definitely. It's got to be that new Spanish urban that's mixed with like all the other tropical sounds, right? Salsa, merengue, something upbeat and
like if I could, I would have
made it 30 years ago. The stuff we found was
exactly.
mellow, or it sounded like too much like classical salsa. It's not classic salsa, which is not what we're going for.
It's not what we're going for. No, exactly. Like anything, something like a Setch influence or like a Bad Bunny. You know what I mean? That type of thing.
Yeah,
that type of vibe would be cool. So that should be done by next Wednesday. And then the logo, we're gonna put it out to Fiverr, right? We're gonna talk more about that.
Let me break. I'll break those news. So the logo, I know you guys are tired of seeing that face down there in the corner. It's gonna disappear. Even this face right here, That one is gone too.
On
You
this
know what I'm talking about? This one right here. This one right here, it's gone. So you guys won't even see that anymore. It's just gonna be me and a better picture.
So it's just gonna be you now. You just took over the face. Fuck you. Yeah. So upcoming logo, it'll have some of the same colors. I think we agreed that like black and gold, black and yellow is a good pop of color for the podcast for the logo. So we'll see whatever the graphic designer that we're gonna get out to comes up with.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I like hosting the podcast really because I can just take you off screen whenever I want. I like the fact that I have that power. I'm probably gonna do it again here in the next few seconds.
That's not disrespectful. That's all right. I will ban you from the podcast.
Don't talk back to me or I'm gonna mute your mic.
That's true. You can't do that shit right in the fucking green room.
I can. Just gonna go ahead and turn it on.
Yeah, man.
Right
I'm looking forward to seeing this stream on how it looked with you hosting it, because I was looking at it in the corner here and it looked like it flowed really well. So I think the connection is actually a lot stronger when you host it than with me, right? Because I'm just connected to you and we're running everything to your 2096 internet.
Yeah, no, it's I'm looking at it on YouTube and we have it set to private, so only you and I can see it. But I don't see all the pixelation that we would see before when we were running it through your internet from 1985. You know, when Bill Gates was inventing Microsoft.
Yeah, when he brought up the rock and shit to break down
Windows 3.1.
Welcome to Internet Explorer.
Yeah, so it looks good.
Yeah, like I've been noticing it, like even like with me moving and shit, like it's definitely been better.
Yeah, so we're trying to improve the quality. We're trying to at this point it's probably they're going to be incremental improvements, whether it's the logo, whether it's the quality of the video, but I think me hosting it will probably just create a better experience overall.
Yeah, and we'll be coming up with overlays, so you guys, if you guys catch us in the middle of a podcast or whatever, you'll see what subjects we're covering and shit like that. And moving forward in the podcast, we'll actually be doing Chancleta on our own pages, and then throwing him on to the Man Chatter Instagram and Man Chatter Twitter, which I still run. That's still mine. So when we work on those will come out. Those will usually come out. We'll have a Chancleta of the week, right? That's how we're gonna do it. So you'll have one for Sunday, and I'll have one for Sunday, and then we'll throw it up. It's basically just us ranting and talking shit. So be on the lookout for that, bitches.
That's right, like millennials. I'm coming after you. No. I've had like 2 or 3 rants against millennials. I think I'm kind of done. I'm gonna let them at some point let them off easy for a little bit.
Yeah, at some point here, I'm gonna rant against I'm gonna go on a political rant, but I'm gonna save that for my Chancleta shit, because I'm a little bit let's say perturbed at what these people are doing with the DNC, bro, and my homie. So we'll see. So did you watch? I don't. We're gonna very lightly cover this real quick. Did you see how Bloomberg got fucking ethered on that stage, bro? Did you watch the clips at all? I didn't watch it. No. What happened? Right. Listen, we're not gonna talk about it. That's not what we do here. But do me a favor though. Go on YouTube after we get off this shit and watch that shit. Just a couple clips. You can watch 15-minute clip. It's fucking Nas to Jay-Z. Over.
Wow.
Like they said, like Elizabeth Warren, like they said it, somebody did on the internet. They said her shit to like the ether beat, bro. Like it was a rap. Like, yo, you have to watch it, man. You have to watch it. Oh, and one more thing I wanted to talk to you about. We could keep this on the podcast because fuck it, right? This is our shit anyway. I wanted to start doing like maybe like a segment, because you'll be hosting this shit now. Maybe like a segment of us like watching like viral videos. You know what I mean? And like reacting to them. You know what I mean? Like there was a really interesting one with a guy on American Idol, like this garbage man, where like he sang, but he's never sang before. That was a great video, man. I think it'd be really cool for us to do it. It's an idea I got. Like I'm not even gonna try to like act like it was mine. It's an idea I got sort of from like Fighter and the Kid, because like they do like current events,
right?
And I was like, man, it'd be cool. Like, if we could just do like a live reaction, like shit that you find or shit that I find. Like, yo, man, what do you think of this? Obviously, our shit on YouTube, like, it's never gonna be anything that we can get kicked off YouTube for.
Right, yeah. That's fine. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
I know. It's really just an excuse for you to cry. You're just gonna find some video if you're feeling emotional that day. You're gonna find something where you're like,
yeah, right.
Shut up here, and then next thing you know, you got a box of Kleenex, and I get it.
I'll just hide myself in my shirt like this. I'll just go like this, like that. I don't know. No, I have no. Yeah, I would probably cry. Like that shit was emotional, man. Like if you watch it, first of all, you have no soul. I understand that. You have kids, but you don't. Whatever. You know what I mean? So if you watch that garbage man, he's like, yo, he never sang before. It's a really good fucking video though.
I did cry. I thought you were going to go a different direction, by the way. I thought you were we're going to watch videos and we're going to record ourselves, reaction videos or, reacting to these videos. But I thought you were going a different direction. I thought you were going to go like Two Girls in a Cup.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I just seen that crazy.
Look, first of all, we'd get kicked off YouTube immediately, right? Like, let's just call that right now.
The fact that I just said that on the air, we might get kicked off. We might not be able to post this podcast.
That is one of the only videos that just by the title, I immediately remember all of it.
Right?
Like that has been burned into my brainstem for the rest of my life, bro. For the rest of my I'm telling you, like all I'm seeing is like flickers of images of that fucking tape. It's the most. It wasn't very long. It was the most disgusting I've ever seen. Second to BME Pain Olympics. My homeboy showed me that, and I thought he was a sociopath. You seen that shit? I know you have. You're in the military.
I have no soul.
Yo, the last scene where the guy's the last scene where the guy like pops his nut out. What? I was like, yo, I'm fucking done, son. I'm fucking done. God damn, this ended way more disgusting than it should have. Yeah. But those BME Pain Olympics, bro. Oh, fuck all of that shit. Fuck all of that.
Yeah.
I think we're good. You got something?
I think so. No, man. Yo, I do actually. This right here. Again, if you guys just get tired of Ben, say the word, and this will happen.
Nothing's happening, man.
Nothing's happening.
Still a beautiful picture of me. Yeah.
What beautiful? You talking about this one?
The split. I'm seeing split screen.
Oh, are you
on one side? Yeah. I'm not seeing anything change.
Yeah. All right. You let me know
the whole time.
Because I'm pretty sure nothing. I just. Okay, if you say so.
I mean, my lag is so bad. I'll probably get it in 15 minutes. But
here we go. Let's try it again. That's so much better.
Is it? No, still don't see anything different.
That's okay. You're on internet from 1985.
That's very true. All right, my brother. Good catching up, man. I'll see you in a couple of days.
All right, man.
Talk about the water. I think water got it by a knockout though. Bam.
All right. Hey, this one's for you, Ben.
Oh, you fucking asshole.
Oh, Japan style.
Thanks for listening to the Man Chatter Podcast with your host as always, Ben Borges. Till next time, peace.